What's up, everybody? Hope you guys all had a good Thanksgiving. So because of the holiday, I really didn't have any time to put into the Subaru. So we're gonna try to get some work done today on the car. But first, I wanna tear this box open that's behind me, because I don't think I've actually shown you guys what's in it yet. Definitely comes extremely well packaged. As you can see, they even throw in some carpet. So anybody need some carpet? You know, make like a fake putting green for it or something. Anyway, so I just went with OMP. They're the RSPT2s with the halos. So initially I ordered different seats. I believe they were called Bimarco Grip. They're pretty cheap. They're like the cheapest FI halo seat you can get. They're made in Poland. But I ordered those in March, so 8 months ago-ish. And they never showed up after about 6 months. Finally got a refund for them, and then I just ordered these and they showed up within like a week of ordering them, so that was pretty awesome. And I got a pretty good deal on them, so they're about the same price. But FIA seats that are with the halo are pretty expensive, that's for sure, and these are probably like the cheapest ones you can get. So, but I like them. They fit really well. They're pretty comfy. Obviously we'll see exactly how well they are when I get them in the car and I can actually drive with it, but I like them. I think they look a lot better too than the other ones that I was going to get. But pretty exciting to have seats finally. So I'm going to throw this in the house, in my parts storage in the house, and then we can actually get started on the car. And that's the best place that I could think of to keep the cardboard, in the empty engine bay. Anyway, on to the actual work on the car that I'm going to be doing today. So I'm not going to be continuing the cage construction today because I have some other things that I need to take care of before then, unless I get those done earlier. So going to take out the back glass, and then after we take out the back glass, we're going to work on plating the rear strut towers and exactly where the rear cage and the rear mainstays for the cage are going to tie in to the strut tower. So we're going to be plating both the strut tops and that area that the cage is going to tie into. The reason for pulling the back glass out, it's going to make it easier to actually get at those areas that I need to weld. Plus, I'm going to be removing the roof. So I'm going to wait until after I do the windshield bar and the roof bars. That way I can tuck them as close to the roof as possible without getting too high to where the roof isn't actually going to go back on. Initially, I wasn't sure if I was going to remove it, but it's just going to make life so much easier when I actually have to weld the top of all these bars, even with being able to drop it like the 4 inches for my rocker box. So I guess I'll get started by pulling out the back glass, and then we'll move on to plating the strut towers, and maybe I'll get done early and I can start on the windshield bar. Well, as I was feeding the wire through with this, I happened to hit the glass just right, shattered it, and as you can hear, it's still cracking. So the whole thing's cracking. So we're not reusing this. I guess I'll look up Lexan windows, see if anybody makes that. If not, then I guess I'm gonna buy a rear glass for this thing. Well, that sucks. Yeah, I guess I just hit the corner just right with that tool and caused it to shatter, but got a lot of glass to clean up. And I guess I'll look into actually using Lexan for the rear glass out of that, or seeing if I can get a cheap OEM replacement for it. Because it would kind of be nice to have a defrost if I ever take this thing to like cold rallies or anything like that. And I'm having like fogging up issues, so that would be nice. But not totally necessary, so I'll see how difficult it would be to actually Lexan the rear, because it does have a weird curve. So I guess I'll clean up all the glass, and then we'll move on to plating the strut towers. Finally got all the glass cleaned up. finally ready to start on actually plating the rear strut tower. So, since these are so easy to get at now, we're going to start by removing all of the seam sealer in here, so get the blowtorch out, whatnot. Then we'll drop this strut out so these bolts can drop down, the studs actually, and then the nuts. And then we'll clean up the paint as best we can. That way we'll be able to weld these plates on there. And then I got to figure out exactly how big I want to make this plate for the cage to actually tie into. Okay, I got most of the seam sealer out of there right now. Now I just need to clean up all the paint off of here, so I'm just gonna use sandpaper because I can't really get in there with like a flap disc. So I'm just gonna clean it as best I can with some sandpaper to get some shiny metal, and then wipe it down with some acetone and vacuum it probably one last time. And then this side will be good, and we'll move on to that side before we actually weld up this one. So I got this one pretty much all cleaned up. Plate is thrown on there just for now, so you can see exactly where I'm going to actually weld this and where I need to remove paint. So I need to remove a little bit more over here and back in that area. And I'm also going to, when I weld it, because it doesn't sit flat on there right now, as you can tell, it kind of like bounces around. So I'm going to weld this area with it pushed down, and then just contour the edge and hammer this side until it lays flat over here. And then I'll make my plate to where it can like sit all the way up against it with this edge. That way they can get welded together and connect to the sheet metal too. All right, we're ready to start welding this thing. So I'm going to grab the welder, hook it up, we're gonna have some fun. Had to get in some weird positions to actually get a lot of those welds. Like you probably saw, I was on the trunk. That actually made it a lot easier. I wish I'd done that for the passenger side, and it would have been a lot easier to get the back side of those welds. But now I am going to figure out exactly how big I'm going to make those plates for the cage feet, and then we'll weld those up and I'll pretty much be done. Got both the plates done. I'm going to take a break for the night. I got plans with my wife, but finish it up early tomorrow. And then I'll probably actually get to the windshield bar tomorrow and the roof bars, since I've got plenty of time. And these won't take long to just clean up and weld on. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we're back. So gonna pick up exactly where I left off. The plate is ready to be welded in now, so I got it pretty much in the area that I want it. So just going to tack it into place at the top, because I'm going to have to actually like contour the bottom just like normal, and then it'll sit flat and I can get it fully welded all the way around. All right, driver's side is welded. I pretty much just did tacks all the way because it was burning through like crazy. on this thinner side near the outside of the car. So I just did light tacks, waited for the glow to stop, tack again, and then moved around because this is really thin sheet metal, so I didn't want to cause warpage or anything like that. Just finished on this side. I had a bunch of trouble on this side again with not burning through this time, but like the puddle was getting too thick and gravity was kind of taking it. I'm not the best with like uphill welds, especially with MIG, so that I definitely need to practice on. But yeah, it turned out fine. These were all welded up, both sides are done. So I guess that's all I'm going to put in this one. I am going to start on the windshield bars and the roof bars in a little bit. I'm probably going to go edit a video and then I'll do that. But yeah, progress is slowly moving. It's nice to actually see stuff. Sucks about that window. I'm going to look up. I'm probably going to either make Lexan for the rear, or there's somebody that actually makes them, but it's pretty expensive. So I'm going to probably just look into making it myself, because it's not that extreme of a bend to where I'd actually like need a furnace or something like that to heat up the Lexan and then like contour to the curve of the rear glass. The only issue is it helps to actually have a rear window as a template, so that'll be difficult because of that. I guess I could make a cardboard one out of that and then put that onto the Lexan, but figure that out a later day. It's gonna be a long time till I actually have to put glass into this thing, so that's future me's problem. Appreciate you guys sticking around if you watched the video this long. Hopefully the videos are of some help if you're actually interested in this kind of stuff, or maybe just entertainment for you, but I appreciate you guys watching them nonetheless. So you guys have a good one. Stay tuned for some more cage progress pretty soon.